Hey everybody, it's Alakai coming to you. We are on another Deck Tech. About a month ago or so, I spoke about a contest, and we were really going over some different and unique ideas for some new teams, and had a pretty good response. This is from The Bear is the Ish. The Bear is the Ish. And he or she wrote 2 weeks ago about this deck. I like it right off the bat. It's a bold deck, and for many of you who have seen some of my past videos, I generally love me some Bolt. He asked for some, or he or she asked for some differences, or any suggestions are welcome. So let's go through the deck and kind of what it does, and maybe some ideas about how we can make it better and what it's what we're worried about. So right off the bat, we're starting off with Human Torch Flame On. When he's active, he deals 1 damage to a character. What you're really using Flame On for, though, is global. Pay a bolt when you deal damage with an action die or global ability to deal 1 extra damage to 1 target. That's kind of what the difference is between Flame On and some of its brethren, we'll say, but that's what you're using there. You got Cyclops Field Leader, really strong card, 5 and a bolt. While Cyclops is active, whenever one of your bolted characters deals damage, increase that damage by 1. So you're getting 1 more damage from any bolt character, and it comes in at a cost of 5. Iceman, too cool for words. I love me some Iceman. Once per turn, you may pay Bolt to double Iceman's attack. That is crazy, right? Global, pay Bolt to spin any number of your psychic dice to their Bolt side. Really cool. But this has to be done inside the reserve pool. Just keep that in mind. So you're going to pay a Bolt, and you're going to spin it to the Bolt side. Keeping in mind that this is you're paying something, so you're losing a bolt. So hopefully you have at least 2 or 3 other dice that you need to have on the bolt sides, right? So you need something to use. That's mostly used with this one right here, Phoenix Red. When Phoenix is engaged, you may spend bolt to deal 4 damage to target character or opponent. So she needs to be in battle, and the global is pay a bolt, target character must attack. So you're forcing somebody to attack, therefore you're engaging your Phoenix Red, and you're going to pay bolt to then do 4 damage. Comes in at a 7 cost. I'm not so much a fan of this card right here, but I'd like to see it work. Quicksilver, thanks to Isotope H, or thanks to Isotope E, when fielded, Quicksilver deals 1 damage to each opposing sidekick. This is really gobby hate, right? And an additional to gobby hate, we have Magneto, which is actually specifically mentioned by the Bear is the Ish, talking about Serena and Gobby teams. Well, Magneto's active, you may pay 2 energy to spin a villain up 1 character, up 1 level, or pay a math to reroll a villain die. That works very well against Gobby, right? Because you're re-rolling him, and then he goes to use and not to prep. Storm, Weather Witch. Storm takes no damage from action dice, or pay a mask. Change the target of an action die that targets a character die to the character die of your choice. So someone's going to be using an action die, it's going to be targeting something, and you're going to move it to anything else you want, hopefully making it null. And then Professor X, of course, you're using that for the global. The BACs you have is Power Bolt and Distraction. Both are great. I like Distraction. I like Relentless and Distraction myself. So now let's talk about kind of some of what are the things that we can maybe do to tweak this deck, and maybe what I think it needs. Right off the bat, I think it needs some removal. I think you're going to be susceptible to some annoying characters, especially nowadays with some dragons and whatnot. I think you need some Quinnan the Assassin or Storm Weather Witch to get rid of specific characters or targets or monsters or adventurers or whatever you want to call them that your opponents are playing. I think you need some spot removal in here. That's one of the big things. I did mention before I don't really like red, and if I don't like red and the double bolt action, I probably don't like Iceman, right? Because this global, you're using this Iceman to fuel Phoenix Red. So if I don't want that Iceman, maybe there's another Iceman I would want to use. I'd want to use probably like Mr. Freeze here. Mr. Freeze is the first time each turn you field another character Iceman gains +3 attack. That is huge with Ant-Man. This is a very classic combo. I don't know if it was developed by Nick or by Mike over at Dysonon, but this is massive, right? So you pay a fist, switch the attack and defense values of one of your characters. So what you do generally is you pay your fist, your Iceman becomes like a 6-3 or a 6-4, and you field something and it becomes like a 9. Or, yeah, it comes like a 9. And the one thing great about Mr. Freeze is that his attack value is level 1 is 4, 6, 6. So 2 and 3 have the same attack value. It means you're coming in for 9 if you do this right. Massive, massive damage. These two are really, really highly rated in my opinion. So those two cards right here, I'd question. I'd maybe think about. Again, we have a lot of Gobby hate here. I really feel like the Bear is the Ish got hurt by Gobby a couple times, or has got some experience with some players in his area that's using Gobby a lot. Because not only do we have Magneto, the Pay-Up Master reroll villain die, which I do use all the time. I use him with Iron Man to assign a villain affiliation and then get rid of him. Kind of lessened in popularity with Yu-Gi-Oh! And Dungeons & Dragons, but still, it's a very powerful removal. If you did that, you didn't need to have those two. And then you have Quicksilver, thanks to Isotope E, again a bolt character, deals 1 damage to each opposing sidekick. This is great for the flying sidekicks and for Gobby hate, right? Because Gobby's bringing in sidekicks and reserving them in order for him to assign those direct damage. That's great, but I don't know if you need to have that much hate towards Gobby. If you can just block out his sidekicks, or if you can just knock him out using some kind of maybe like the if we change out the Human Torch for Johnny Storm, while Human Torch is active, each time you field a character, Human Torch deals 1 damage to your opponent and 1 to a target character. So if you change out the Human Storm here, you're doing 1 damage to him and 1 damage to his sidekicks, and that's going to really hurt Gobby because it reduces his effectiveness, right? Additionally, the Storm, Weather Witch, I get it, 2 mask. Pay a mask, change the target of an action die. You're really afraid of some action dice coming on the table. Maybe you've been hit with some power bolts or magic missiles in this world now. That's great. It's been kind of replaced by the whole Ring of Magnetism, but I still see the usage of that, and so that's really strong in Dungeons & Dragons world. So I don't know if I'd change that up if you're looking for that. Okay, so now maybe some changes. We were talking about maybe the Human Torch. We're talking about maybe the Iceman Ant-Man combo. We're talking about removal and then maybe some bolts ourselves. Now, I get that you want to use the bolts because you're using the Cyclops at a 5 cost. I think that's really good. I'd question using a 7 cost Phoenix Red. I would probably go with Gobby myself, to be honest with you. At only a 3 cost bolt, people still need to deal with his direct damage. And there's no way for your opponents to really get away from that direct damage unless they're using something like this themselves, right? So you want to ping with Green Gobby yourself at only a 3 cost bolt is awesome, and then a Hawkeye, maybe a 3 cost bolt. When assigning damage to an attack step, Hawkeye assigns and resolve his damage before opposing characters. That means you're getting what's called first strike in Magic, right? So that's pretty cool too. I've seen that used a lot. As we go into something that I love and I can never really work out, if you saw my videos, is Pyro Uncontrolled. Pay a bolt, draw and roll 2 dice from your bag, keep any bolt results rolled, return the rest of your bag. I've seen this go off. I've seen this work for 6 damage. I've seen it happen a couple times actually. I can never wait to work myself, so I stopped playing him unfortunately, but I do really like Pyro Uncontrolled. If you're playing some of the new stuff, Dungeons & Dragons, Elf Wizard, Paragon, Zentarum, 3 bolt only. Works really good. It's got experience on there, so it's an adventurer. And it's got, when fielded, action die costs 1 less to purchase. It's only costing 2. Then when assigned to attack, roll up to 2 action dice from your opponent's use pile and use them any actions rolled. Return the dice afterwards. So it's using your opponent's action dice against them. So if you're playing Storm and you're worried about action dice, all of a sudden, Elf Wizard becomes relevant too, right? Now, here's something even more tricky. I see you got the bolt theme going, and I'm going to propose something a little bit different. How's about Marvel Girl? This is an OP card. When you're attacked, you may spin up Marvel Girl 1 level. If you do, gain 2 life. For only a 5 bolt, let me tell you right now that whenever you're attacked, so whenever the person's attacking you, you can gain 2 life, and you're going to spin up. Level 1 is 3-3, 5-5, and 6-6. So now you spin it up, so it's a 3-3, then it goes up to 5-5 and 6-6. So it's an amazing character, right? It's only a 5 cost. The Bear is the Ish. These are some of the different thoughts I had. Things you gotta watch out for is definitely some bolt hate. You definitely gotta watch out for some items that are gonna, people that are recognize the Ant-Man Iceman combo. Try to take out Iceman as fast as possible. Since you don't have removal, or maybe you would like to get some removal in there, I would definitely be careful of the annoying characters, things like Pyotr Maximov, or even if the other people are playing Human Torch, or some of the dragons that are available now. Just be careful of some of those things. You're not going to do anything against like people like Knucklehead or anything, but maybe you can try to avoid as much damage as you can by using things like Distraction on some other, on those characters, right? So, my thoughts, my ideas. Let me know what you think. And the bear is the ish, just like we were speaking about on the forum there. That's yours. I'm gonna go ahead and send this out to you. I'm gonna go ahead and post right now about how to get in touch with me. But thank you for submitting your deck, your team. I appreciate it. It gives me something to talk about, especially with some different ideas. I do see what you got going on here. I like it a lot. I just had some experience with some bold teams, so maybe some things might be different. But thanks again, and to show my things, I'm gonna go ahead and send you a Marvel Girl Humanity, just in case you don't have one. It's the OB card, and it's basically when you're attacked, like I said, when you're attacked, you may spend a Marvel Girl 1 level. If you do, gain 2 life. Additional to that, I'm gonna go ahead and send you a Sentinel as well. 6 shield villain character. Sentinel takes 2 deaths damage from characters with the X-Men affiliation that's engaged with. So, thanks again. Thanks again for your team. Thanks again for watching. Take care, guys, and we'll talk to you soon. How's it going, everybody? We have got 5 packs of Dungeons and Dragons Battle of Faerun to open up. Let's get right to it. Really enjoying this set so far. Gotta figure out how to make some of these awesome decks. Pit Fiend, 4 Lightning Bolt or Bolt. When fielded, your fiends cost 2 less to field. Minimum 0. Minimum 0. Oh. For the rest of the turn. Does that mean I can get a fiend in for free? 2 less to field. 2 less to field has got 1/1/1. So what's the purpose of that? Maybe there's other ones, huh? Other than Pit Fiend? Yeah. Magic Sword, Lesser Gear, 3, equip. This equipped creature gets +1 attack and +1 defense. Nice. That's cool. Love this equipment stuff. It just seems fun. You can kind of do a bunch of different interactions and stuff and build characters up, and looking forward to it. Wow. Drow Assassin, Greater Humanoid. 4 Bolt, cannot be blocked by adventurers. If Drow Assassin damages an opponent, you may knock out an adventurer. Nice. An Invisible Stalker, Lesser Elemental, 5 shield. If one Invisible Stalker die attacks alone, it cannot be blocked. Oh, great evasion. So 5 shield. It's got 2 cost, 5/4. Likely very good for draft if you can find something to fuel that. Yeah, it looks like we got a Human Torch in there. Sweet. I'm gonna guess this is gonna be a rare here. Nope, neither one's are rare. I have no hypothesis at this point about why that some of them are backwards. Draco Lich, Lesser Undead Dragon, Breath Weapon 2. When assigned to attack, draw 2 dice from your bag. Spin action dice drawn to an action phase with no burst and place them in your reserve. Return character dice to the bag. Okay, so that's cool. Nice. And Red Dragon, Lesser Dragon, 7 Bolt. Breath Weapon 2, field Red Dragon for free if your opponent has 2 or more non-NPC characters in the field. Once per turn, pay Bolt. When you purchase your next action die this turn, it costs 2 less, minimum 1, and you deal 1 damage to your opponent. Nice. Rare? Rare. Okay, so sometimes sometimes when the cards are backwards, then you get a rare. Cobalt, this is that 1-drop, 1 fist. It's awesome. When fielded, spin each fielded Cobalt up 1 level. So these kind of all go together, but it's really strong. I like the fist ability for fist. Looking forward to some 1 Bolt characters. Skeleton, 3 Mask. When fielded, if an opposing adventurer is in the field, you may purchase a skeleton die at a cost of 1. Wow, I gotta figure out which ones are adventures. So it's gotta be these symbols of some sort here. One of those things is gotta mean an adventure. Anyways, last pack. Pit Fiend, Greater Fiend. When fielded, your fiends cost 2 less to field, minimum 0 for the rest of your turn. An Invisible Stalker. If one Invisible Stalker died text alone, it cannot be blocked. Dang, did I get this exact same pack earlier? I got the Invisible Stalker, but I didn't get the Pit Fiend. Anyways, I got it in a different pack, I think. First pack. So, I think one rare. One rare. Not terrible. It's about right. 4 or 5 packs. I'm not trying to be greedy. But, having a good time. I just love opening day and opening these things up for everybody. Talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.